Hello everybody, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the 3DS and the 3DS XL. Here we go. Starting off the top, you can see the XL is quite a bit larger. Might be a better indication. But we'll go ahead and do some comparisons of the unit itself. I'm going to get a pen so I can point a little better. On the 3DS itself, on the top you have the two 3D cameras with a sensor there, as well as the indicator light. On the XL you have the two cameras and the sensor, as well as your indicator light. So that's not really changed. You still have the hinge and the side buttons. On the front of the unit, you have your power light, your charge light, place for a wrist strap there, and your headphone port right there. On the XL, they move things around a bit. You've got your hand strap, your headphone port, power light, charge light, as well as your other wrist strap. Now we're going to go for the side view. On the side of the 3DS, you have your volume control, you have your SD card slot, and on the XL, you simply have volume control, nothing else. Go to the back. On the back of the 3DS, you have your IR receiver, your charging port with the dock sensors, the place for your game, and you also have your stylus. I'm going to set the stylus to the side so we can go over that in a minute. My dog is playing with a toy, apparently with a bag from where I bought the 3DS. And then on the back of the XL, we have your charging port with, I assume the docking ports, maybe CirclePad Pro, the place to put your game, IR receiver, and I guess those are like to hook cases on. You also have your left and your right buttons. Those are on the 3DS as well. I just forgot to go over that. Then we'll go ahead and rotate this and go through this side. On this side of the 3DS, you have your wireless indicator light, you have your power switch, and you have your 3D slider. On the XL, you have your SD card, which on the XL it comes with a 4 gigabyte SD card, and the 3DS only has a 2. You have your stylus, set that to the side. You have your power, and you have your 3D slider. So that, the top, the bottom, the only difference on the bottom is one says XL, one says 3DS. Now, the differences between the stylus. The 3DS comes with a little silver stylus that's retractable, extendable. The XL comes with just a traditional stylus. Now, I believe, yeah, the 3DS is a little bit taller, the stylus just a tad bit taller, but it should fit into the XL, so let's test that theory. We'll do it live. Well, pre-recorded, but it'll fit in there. Just ends up sliding all the way down in there, if you can see that. So I would be more inclined not to use it, but in a pinch, I'm sure you could. Put the stylus back. Excuse me. I've been super excited over this. Pokemon comes out tonight. I can't wait. So we got our styluses back in. Just from the outside, holding it. Hear that? Bring it close to the mic. That's from the 3DS. It's the stylus shaking around in there. That's your sensor for walking steps. So that's a big improvement personally, because I don't know, it just always annoyed me how if you move the 3DS a little bit, it would make that clicking sound that's not for recording steps. It's your stylus shaking around. So that was a little bit annoying for me. All right, going to go ahead and open these up and point out some differences. I'll get them both on the same screen if I have it. I guess I don't have the health and safety, but that's okay. Now, right off the bat, you can see that the XL, the screens are larger. The bottom screen is a little bit, I would say, more the length of the top screen on the 3DS. A little bit bigger than that. And then the top screen is, of course, much larger than all of them. You still have your circle pad. You have your D-pad, which I think is a little bit more spongier on the regular 3DS and a little more clicky on the XL. Your circle pad, which I think is a little more sensitive on the XL, which I like. You have your A, B, X, and Y buttons, which I'm going to place this over the settings tab, so that way I can just press the button. Yeah, the buttons feel spongier and on the 3DS, clickier on the XL. Clickier, I don't know. Now the next thing, we have our home button. It was just like a little button that you could press in on the 3DS. I hope the lighting's okay, guys. But on the XL, it's a physical button, which is awesome. As well as the select and the start buttons, they're physical buttons. The power was a raised button on the 3DS. It's raised. On the XL, it's kind of flush, so it's harder to hit accidentally, although I never had a problem with that. Now going up, we have our 3D slider. That, I like it better on the XL. The 3DS has a 3D slider, and it has that green light. When it goes in 3D mode, I thought the light would engage, but mine has always just stayed on. And that kind of bothered me a little bit. And you do have your front-facing camera, the 2 speakers. So in a minute, I'm going to test those speakers to see. And then on the XL, front-facing camera, and then your speaker placement is the same. You can kind of see here screen comparisons. Compare them out there. Alright, let's test the volume. Turn both volumes up, all the way cranked, and we'll go to this. They sound almost identical. I don't know if there really is a difference. If anything, I think the XL is maybe a little louder, but I'm pretty sure they just used plain old regular speakers. So anyhow, let's close these up. I must say though, I am glad I didn't just jump on a 3DS XL right when it came out, because while I like the 3DS XL and the 3DS, this was my favorite color on the 3DS. The red, it's like sparkly, and I love that. And then the XL, I'm really glad I picked this one. It's so amazingly awesome. Thanks for watching.